There'll be a slight delay. My headphones are deciding not to want to work, so give me just a second to get them working. Once again, we'll be getting started shortly. My headphones glitched out, so I had to swap over to another set of headphones. Again, I do want to apologize. I'm just waiting to get past the initial loading screen, then I'll get the stream fully started. I don't know what happened, but my normal Bluetooth headphones completely disconnected from the stream, or from my computer, and I couldn't get them to resync. So I do apologize about the delay that this has caused. Come on, load in. There we go. There we go, we got a desktop audio on now, and I will swap us over to the main. So again, I do apologize about the delay there. That was technical difficulties on my part. Hopefully everything's working now. But that was a little more than a little annoying, because there was really no reason for my headphones to disconnect like that. Right as I was about to start, heard the chirp of a disconnect, and they could not resync. So after this stream, I'm going to have to go through the process of resyncing them to get them working again. In the meantime, I'm rocking a pair of wireless earbuds. I don't want to be wearing those because I don't like the sound of my voice through these, but it's better than nothing. Hopefully this doesn't create any audio weirdities. But now that we're actually started, today's stream might end up being a little on the shorter side, as we're going to be working exclusively on Outpost Zimonja and making it an Enclave listening post. As we're building this, I'll describe the lore that I have planned. I did have to download a mod to make any of this possible due to normally a huge chunk of these structures not being scrappable by default. Even now it seems like a few of them are still unscrappable, but really the big issue was I wanted to be able to scrap them if I needed to. But you might be able to tell, I've started some prep work. This is more for measurement purposes. I need to figure out how big I can make this before I'm dealing with shit like this getting in the way. But one of the big aspects is I can delete this with no issues, but I couldn't delete this beforehand. Now I can. So now we got that little barricade away. It may return in its own form in a bit. And then I need to... And then we're going to push... I need a little bit more space than what I have, so I'm going to push everything over a little. Move that over here. Here, move that over here. As you can see, I have made some modifications already. I've moved the crops out of the field and over here so that it's out of my way. I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm getting this set up as my intent is I want this to be where Enclave members from the capital Wasteland came after their battle with the Brotherhood of Steel and the Lone Wanderer at Adams Air Force Base. Some of them have come north. Oh, come on, over here. Just move that out of the way. They wound up coming north in the hopes of, well, staying out of sight and figuring out ways that they could rebuild their little cabal. Some of this is still subject to change in terms of design and layout right now, but like I said, I need this over to about here. Ugh, great. Move it up a little. Surface snapping on. And I don't have this lined up quite right. Yeah, that looks good. These power pylons, I can already tell, are going to be in the way a lot. So, the headcanon what I'm going to be building here today is a large warehouse-like structure. The reason I need a bit more space is the shape I want the roof line to have is very specific. I want to have a double pitch on the roof. And to do that, I need 4 tiles, not 1. And this weird, random, pointless little corner that shouldn't even exist makes that rather hard to have. Warehouse. Okay, stream looks good. I'm going to check the audio on the stream just to make sure my headphones aren't coming in. That shouldn't even exist makes that rather hard to have. Okay, sorry if that winds up duplicating a couple times. Like I said, I'm just checking. Turn that down just a little bit. Sounds like I do need to get some sound panels up, so from that. So I was just checking to make sure. What's the lynch point on this? Concrete? Okay. Well, actually, we'll just do concrete around the outer edge. So the big thing is I don't mind this, because I can ignore it, I can avoid it. And it doesn't affect anything I place there. What I couldn't accept was... Yeah, I'm out of concrete already. I thought I put enough in. Okay. But what I thought is that this would be in... Sorry, I completely lost my own train of thought there. But... going back to the lore of this place... I feel like I'm going to need more concrete for this. I think the barn floors might have actually been a better selection as their full concrete floor. I really do feel like the barn and the warehouse floor should have been flipped. Because looking at this feels like a lot better for a warehouse than this. So we're gonna redo this again. Let's see. This wall, I think I'll just swap. I do want to keep some of the pre-existing structure here. I just wanted to be able to scrap it. There was no reason for all of this to be unscrappable except for Bethesda said so. Like, I mean, look at that. There's an entire wall under that you couldn't normally get to. So I'm going to need concrete. That's going to be annoying. Okay. So back to floors. And we also do have the classic Fallout 4 issue of these plants don't go away when you build next to them, and you can't delete them, so they're always there, always haunting you. And I may move, and again, some of this may get moved so I can line up the fence gate and a few other things. Okay, I thought I had way more concrete prepped here. Map. So we're gonna have to make a quick stop for some concrete. Hopefully Red Rocket and Sanctuary have some concrete stored up. I don't think I have any at 10 Pines, but I'll check on the way back. So going into what this is I'm building a warehouse. Like I said, I'm building a warehouse structure here. And the idea is that the Enclave, when a group of them fled, or I'm not sure if I want them to be full-on refugees or if I want them to be a scouting party, they arrived in the south of the Commonwealth. But they knew if the Brotherhood of Steel wound up coming north, for any reason, the first place they're going to arrive is going to be from the Glowing Sea or the west. So they went further north, avoiding areas they more easily could have captured, such as some of the relay towers, the castle they could have retaken, or a few other locations. And instead decided to focus in on capturing... Instead, they followed a signal that led them to Outpost Zimonja and just a couple of raiders. Oop. 1 concrete. Please tell me there's more here. But they arrived up here, and they set up at Zimonja, as it does give them the ability to maintain observation of the Commonwealth as a whole. And using that gives them a strong point as well to hide in, as then they are not as visible. And an antenna passively watching will never be as impactful or noticeable as an antenna actively broadcasting its position. So they can listen in quite easily through most of the Commonwealth without themselves ever directly having to announce their presence. So inside of the warehouse, I'm going to put a couple of the APCs that I can build in there to explain how they've been getting around. I want to fit a vertibird in there, but I gotta find either a mod that gives one to me or something similar, as apparently I don't have... Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get a shipment of concrete then. Okay. Yeah, I'll need a shipment of concrete. Just because I currently don't have them... I did a quick check this morning. I don't have a mod that has a vertibird, but I used to. And I may need to double check again. Worst comes to worst, the vertibird I'll add off stream and just show it at the start of the next stream. But I want to find one with the wings folded in, so they've like tucked it in the warehouse. Again, to keep it out of sight. They'd rather nobody know there will be some Enclave things inside and out. I'll explain how they're doing what they're doing. But I just wanted to make sure that they didn't appear...
I can rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten in hell.
That they're...
I'll take a look, sure.
Obvious that they're running around. Please tell me you've got more than that. Oh, thank God. There we go. And I've got some excess jet I can sell. Actually, can I get all that? Not quite. Anything else in here I want? What do you got for ammunition? Perfect. Okay, back to Zimonja now. So the two lore versions I have is either they are Capital Wasteland scouts sent north. Now this could come in two forms: outright refugees from the Adams Air Force Base disaster, or a scouting party that was already heading up into the Commonwealth before the battle for Project Purity. Because if it's... And there are implications either way with both options. And I think both have compelling reasons to exist for that. But the other lore reason I have... Actually... Because I want some variety in the shaping. Give me just a second. I just want to place these before I continue my thought. Okay, so that'll work for a starter. I'm hoping to get a couple of APCs in here. Okay, so going back to the other half of the plan is... God, my thoughts are just scrambled at the moment. Give me a second. The other version is based off of why they are here is based off of a mod that is in development and should actually be getting... I believe is actually getting fairly close to completion, if what I've been hearing is accurate. Degenerate Dak has been talking about it. But it's like America Restored or something like that. It's an Enclave mod where they'll take on less of an antagonistic role that they've been having in the last few, in a lot of the mods that have the Enclave in it, and are instead focused more in on them fleeing from near total destruction in Chicago, where most of the Enclave regrouped to. And when I say most of, I mean even the Enclave that weren't in the Capital Wasteland at the time of its destruction flee to the Chicago bunkers as under orders of their new president. There is some civil strife that they have planned that as part of the lore, And then they wind up getting nearly destroyed by a coalition of forces that build up in the near Chicago, leaving them once again near completely destroyed. They sent scouts here to the Commonwealth to begin looking for a place to set up a possible ally as well, as this is a slightly more reformed this is a reforming, I should say, enclave. So my idea is that this is a portion of that reforming enclave. Here, and I actually have an idea as I'm gonna do that, and I'll explain how this stuff's in the building. Did you not line up properly? There we go. So that's my headcanon, and I'm leaning more towards a variant of the second one, is that this is some sort of scouting party sent. Okay, we'll do that, and then there. Because I can still get rid of it if I need to. Okay. So the one issue with this little triangle is it's going to make it hard to place stuff. Because it's not going to want me to be able to place there. We are going to put a single door back here, though. Ooh. I don't know what it is, but the moment I start streaming, I get the hiccups, and it's really weird. But, fair warning, you may occasionally hear traffic noises and a train acceleration. I have the window open because it's kind of cool outside, and I need to air out my room a little bit. So that's the headcanon I have for what this place is, why it was, and why the Enclave are so interested in this location, is Outpost Zimonja is a listening post for them, while they're trying to figure out what it is they can do. Because they're not going to be able to just leap in and go, we are the Enclave anymore, and dominate. They've been defeated twice outright, and they're well on the way to getting their ass handed to them again if they're not careful. So, they're sticking to stealthier operations. Yeah, that looks like an APC could get up through it. Nope, not what I wanted. Warehouse. Okay, so we'll stick to that. I want to put a railing around this, but we'll, with a small staircase coming off the front, but we'll see how that goes. Not you, not you, not you. So seriously. Oh, right, that's on the problem corner. And this is a good example of making sure you're using variety. So, for example, using this occasionally, demonstrating that this building is not in the greatest of conditions. Because, I mean, you look at that, and that shows that this building has been through a lot at best. Because again, this building has been sitting probably mostly abandoned for 210 years. As one of the big things I try and do when I'm building is I'm not building necessarily new structures. In this case, I'm not building a brand new warehouse that existed before the war. I am building something that only exists post-war, or that existed pre-war, and that was nearly demolished due to the war. Actually, I think I'm not going to go full 3 stories. I think I'm going to flatten it with one of these and then put the roof line in. Oh, right. Click you. This is going to be a very tall build for me. Let's see, we'll do 2 and 2, and then we'll put a And then we'll put a regular wall in there. So, 2, 1. Come on. There we go. And then 2. And we're actually going to do... I didn't even intend for that, but that went right through the hole. So that should give you an idea of the verticality that this building has. And I do have some creative ideas on how to liven up the interior a little bit and make it not just feel like a giant open waste that it kind of feels like right now. Come on, rotate. Thank you. Okay, so we got that. So let's get the roof line in. Give me... yeah, there we go. So again, variety is the spice of life. There we go. And we're just gonna smatter a couple of broken ceiling tiles around. And I'll probably wind up patching them once I get up that high, as an explanation of, well, they didn't just let the roof stay collapse. It was just this building didn't survive perfectly intact. I'm purposely doing ones that have the support that runs through them, as I think that looks a little bit better for something of this design, especially when I add lights in, as those will be what supports the lighting. Yeah, let's do 2 just huge gashes. And then we'll do... oh, that is a weird perspective. Okay. And then we just need... and for this, we're gonna do... there it is. We're gonna do that. And now... walls. And I'm already out of wood. I swear, this is just a meme at this point for me. It's just, I'm out of wood. Luckily, again, I either have... I just have to go over to 10 pines and I'll have more. Oh, I never checked in here. Hello.
May as well take what we can. They won't be needing those items any longer.
It's good you agree with my hoarding habits, Ada, because they aren't changing. Sorry, this is a random encounter hotspot because there's like 3 points on it for some bizarre reason, so I just want to make sure that I'm not... not sure whether there's a dead Brahmin, but I'll take it. I have some wood stored up here still, I think. If I don't, I'll make a quick stop at Starlight. Starlight has 1,000 wood stored at it right now, because I set up an operation there for a while producing wood. Which will be explained when I get around to doing the Mechanist layer, as I plan to. Bounce that. Oh, ooh, we have our first naturally spawned Brahmin. And you can stay away from me. Because he's probably gonna ask about what I want him to do. Okay, so if I need more wood after this, I gotta go down to... I gotta make a run over to... whatchamacallit, Starlight. I don't know where Ada is. She vanished on me, so I'm just gonna... alright, give me a second. There we go. So we're just gonna do this, so I can get over to Zimonja, dump it, and then I'll swap God mode back off. Oh, I just heard her, so kind of her to potentially be joining us. I still feel like that would have been a perfect place to hide a Deathclaw. Oh, there she is, finally. That is exactly what I wanted. I wish I could move that tensioning cable, but oh well. Yeah, I moved all the concrete, well, most of the concrete walls to I moved most of the concrete walls to the other fence line where it would be a logical place to pile up the concrete to secure the fort, or the base, I should say, not the fort. And so let's get this built up. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna fight me on that. Also, I have an issue with them calling this an arch. It's not an arch. Like, it explicitly is not an arch. There we go, now I can seal it. Okay, let's take a quick look at it. Yeah, that's more or less what I wanted. Now when you look at it, you can see it's got that double roof there. I wish the trim came off of that. Okay. Oh, I know where the railings I want are. They're in the concrete tab. Stained. Nope. Because I wanted these railings. These are my favorite. Honestly, it's the only good thing that came out of the concrete tab was those. Everything else just kind of sucked. That's just because I'm too lazy to build an actual platform and whatnot when I can just do. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Kind of unstable. So I now know that I need to bring this over to like here for it to actually snapping's on, so I don't know why it didn't want to snap properly. There we go. So now you can come in through here. So let's get those APCs down. They're in the miscellaneous, and yes, I say that very weird, military. Surface snapping on is clearly not working properly. I'll make sure they aren't too far embedded. Perfect. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the vertibird idea. I don't think I have enough room. Let's bring... So this is how they get around. Is two nice big ol' APCs. You know, these ones are damaged. Damaged after their arrival. But now I can do... But now I'll go and build the part that's going to make this feel less janky. So let's see, there's the fur. I want it to be nice if you would just snap to the wall normally. And we're going to put you there, you there, you there, and then we'll figure out a staircase. And then walls, glass. Come on, snap in. Thank you. This one's a little less important that they look uniform. And I need supports, columns. Perfect. Once again, perfect, and there we go. And I'll just do... Oh, you're inside each other. That's why you snapped weird. Okay. Speaking of snapping weird, Jesus. Okay, let's get the stairs in real quick. No, I don't even need a switchback. I was thinking I was gonna have to put a switchback in there. Give me just a second. I really hate Z fighting. Okay, I'll have to bring... Yeah, I'll have to twitch all of these down. And that's all it takes to fix it, is just one tap, and you can't even tell the difference. But it's gone now. I was really hoping I'd be able to fit 3 in here, but that isn't going to happen. Okay. And now I need the concrete tab again for more railings. Oh shit, I didn't deactivate God mode, did I? Whoops, my bad. Well, it is what it is. And yes, it did take me that long to notice I hadn't turned God mode off. Yeah, we'll just keep using these. And then we're gonna take one more warehouse floor, and we're gonna snap that right there. And this is the commander's office. And actually, you know, I'm really willing to accept that, you know, they can fit through this door even though they shouldn't. Actually, can I, how much? Oh, that is a, it's way too big of a change. I was hoping that'd be a really incremental shift. Put this here, warehouse. And then, do I want a full roof line in here? Yes. Yes, I do. There we go. Then I'll put a patch, I'll put a wall patch on this. Have I mentioned before how glitchy snapping can be? Let me just do snapping off. This is not a snapping item. So I'll throw some more like salvage wood on here. Let's see, I'm gonna have my character sleep real quick. And try and get closer to at least daytime, as this is a little dark for seeing what we're doing. Oh yay, insomnia. What time is it? 3. Okay, well, yeah, we'll go to 5 because then it's almost dawn in game. I've got multiple ways in. I can put the doors on now. Warehouse. Doors. Forgot I left snapping off. There we go. Now I'm going to leave the doors as intact ones, as I think that looks a little bit better. So that's how they get... So like I said, they drive them up and in. was about to say I am inside the settlement, right? Okay. So we've got 2 APCs. And now we've got... Because I think these are going to be... Yeah, these are all the tunnels for the bunker. And for the purposes of the lore of this, I am ignoring that the bunker exists. As I'm not a fan of it. Although I am impressed that they went to the effort of properly recreating the all the old style, well, quite bluntly, everything. Now, before I place a lot of this, I'm going to make sure that I can move it, because this thing does not have a collision for selecting it after I place it. So if I place it, it's permanent. I can't get rid of it. I learned that the last time I played. Would this be able to fit in here? And I don't mean for like placing it in here. I mean, would they logically have been able to build some of this? Is this the Commonwealth? Oh, this is DC. Here we go. This is the Commonwealth. Adams Air Force. Because what I'm thinking is, you know, these are purpose-built scout vehicles. So they keep a lot of their tech in it. So I'm going to take just a moment, and I'm going to save before I place this. That way, if I am wrong and this does not have a selection collision, I can just load back to the previous save. I do want to mention I don't use quick save, quick load, because that can really mess with the save files and save times in the long run. So it's better not to do it if you can help it. Okay, good. I can touch it again. This is really hard to work with in here. Like I said, I'm trying to make this feel like something that was... Like the Enclave modified an APC to be the command unit for this operation. There we go. Let's make sure it's not glitchy. Furniture. I was about to say, do I have surface snapping on or off? Enclave table. Is there... Okay, we've got a step... We got a series of steps up into the command pod, so there is a second way into these. Yeah, so there's a top hatch, so the driver can come in that way. Yes. Stasis pod. So I could actually build my own stasis pods. And force fields. And they have very annoying sound effects that go with them. Yeah, MRE boxes, Enclave lockers. See, if I placed one right here, does that clip through at all? Oh, just a touch. I can hide that really easy then. Because I can just go up, 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 up. And that should be vanished. Close enough that I can ignore it. Oh, damn it. It comes out the top, though. If I shrunk that. How... Oh, that's like perfect sized. No, because yeah, right there. But these are some of the signs that there's Enclave presence, is there's going to be these set up right here. Rations, comm relay. I should say that they do still have They still do have some of their equipment with them. So it's not like they're hiding. They're not hiding, but they're doing their best not to be visible when they can help it. Sorry, I got distracted by checking what's in the unicorn forward. So that would be the... This would be like the commander's transport, is the idea. So used to these things having snapping. There we go. Yeah, that works. So there's a couple of those. Nope, not the force fields, not stasis pods. Yeah, chair with the arms up. Make sure those don't clip through at all. They do not. Let's see, can I get one more in here? I cannot. So I might as well move you over so you're not encroaching. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to get them more or less straight on. So we got an MRE. Trying to figure out what are they targeting here. Okay, so they are looking at Spectacle Island, Sanctuary, or somewhere near Sanctuary. Yeah, that was Sanctuary. That's... Okay, so I got... Because I'm kind of curious, and I can ID most spots. Okay, so they're looking... That looks like they might be looking somewhere where the super mutants are. Trinity and whatnot. Oh, no, what it is, it's the hospital. They're looking at the hospital there for an operation. Spectacle Island, for obvious reasons, is an island. It's a lot more secure. Yeah, this is kind of cool. So I can just have... Now I have MREs on me. If I check in here... Yeah, Enclave ration. They actually do count for survival. And I think the other spot they're looking at is over by the Cambridge police station. Now let's see. I have more ideas. So we'll skip continuing the decoration. But just imagine that both of these are kind of built up like this. Only this one's more... Only this one has some more... seats in it compared to this one. So this one's more seats and whatnot. And then I might set up one more vehicle to kind of represent the structures, fences, to represent the... There might be another flatbed vehicle that's representing how they move some of the bigger objects that they'll have placed out. So they're not just moving with APCs, they also have like a flatbed truck or a semi or something I'll figure out how to place somewhere. Nope, that's wire. I need chain link. There we go. We're just going to do kind of the classic little... I'll do a full one. I really do hate how these things snap sometimes, because it's like it only wants to snap this way, but a completely valid way to snap is that way. And now you can snap this way with the Okay, let's just do... Bring it all the way up. Or, nope, that's too far. I want it just to look like it's just barely scraping the ground. Bring that up. Bring that up. Nope, too far. Yeah, that's perfect. And then up just a little bit more. Comes in. Okay. So this is exactly the feel I wanted, is really cramped vehicle parking. They're operating out of an upper area. And from the outside, there's not many signs that there's anything untoward going on. I think I'm gonna add some more windows because I think it's a little too... I think I'm gonna swap these two out for some window pieces, as they don't... And I'm out of glass. Is anyone shocked at this point that I'm out of glass? Because you really shouldn't be. There we go. Yeah, that reads better, and then I'll put an old sign there, and maybe a sign here. Ooh, structures, vehicles. Vehicles, not airplanes, not buses. Because I want to see how big the flatbed is. It's been so long since I've worked with the flatbed that I can't remember how big it is, and I can't actually check. Pickup truck. I can't build a pickup truck. Because I want one that actually looks like someone's... Like, this is clearly blown out and unusable. I could even just go with a... Well, not an explosive van, but a working van. Yeah, that looks like it's colliding with the ground enough. Can't build a motorcycle. Can't build a tractor, even though that would be kind of nice. Ooh, forklift. That's something I could definitely do in here. Oh, right. That's just straight up a gear room. SOE. Just checking what else I have to work with. I've got cranes. I've got dam railings. Ooh, tarp cover. Maybe not the biggest one available, but... I always feel like that really should be the other way around. But I guess that does make sense. And then we'll just put a couple of wooden posts to support it. Let's see. I want a really skinny one. Shrink it back one. Then center the structure. Like so. Nope, that whole mess is going. Then I'll... Nope, not that one. This one. We'll go to G2M then and see if I can't get one of his things to work on the snapping. Warehouse, there we go. Lag was strong enough I could have switched windows there. Yikes. I don't know why these don't snap. But that's a... Oh, that warehouse, or not the warehouse. The shipping container, when it loaded in there next to the warehouse tab, that scared me for a second because I thought it was a landmine marker. And I thought I was about to die. These are fun for building some tight locations. Super mutant, no, because that would attract too much attention. Like I said, a major portion as to the way I'm building this is I want it to be something that could easily be overlooked. And right now I think I'm getting that effect. That this looks like the kind of structure that if the Brotherhood or the Institute came across, they may look at it for a few seconds. They may even poke their noses around, but they probably aren't going to do too much, especially if they see people living there who aren't immediately hostile, or at the very least are wielding an exceptionally large number of energy weapons. As I do have the America Rising gear pack on. I do not have the American Rising mod on because I'm not a fan of it. I have played parts of it, not a huge fan of it. Story feels a little forced in areas, and it doesn't really make much sense the way it's formatted. But I love the Enclave aesthetic. I'm kind of in that weird point where I like the faction as they make amazing bad guys that are in a way very human, which can be sometimes a bit of a struggle to create believable bad guys in a character-driven game, which is what Fallout is it's a character-driven game rather than a plot-driven game. I actually learned these kind of descriptions just the other day, browsing through the subreddit, and people were talking about the next game, and it devolved the way that every discussion about Fallout ever does. Bethesda bad, Obsidian bad, lore break, so on and so forth. If you've heard one, you've heard them all. But someone put a really eloquent breakdown of why. Why does the courier from New Vegas, for many people, myself included in this situation, feel like an empty character? And he explained that the way it works is they tried to do a combination character-driven, plot-driven story. The issue is that a character-driven story ultimately is where without the character, the plot doesn't happen. And that's the issue with New Vegas, is ultimately you can't have a character-driven and a plot-driven at the same time. So character-driven is where the story revolves around the actions of that person. The sole survivor, the lone wanderer, if we really want to get technical, the original, the chosen one, the vault dweller. Each one of these characters is character-driven in their story, not plot-driven. The plot does not compel them to move forward, for they are the plot. Whereas not direct. I hope I'm explaining this properly. So what happens is when you have a character-driven story, or a character-driven plot, the character... Sorry, give me a second. The character needs a reason to do what it is they are doing. The whole... just because their employer is paying them isn't a good enough reason. It could be, but it needs to be more compelling than that. It needs to be deeper than just pure personal monetary gain. There's the category I was looking for. Because if it's just pure monetary gain, then it's not the character that would have been the character becomes secondary to his own story. Let me move that over here real quick. Whereas, so in the case of the courier, House could have theoretically just as easily used Benny for all of his plans if Benny hadn't betrayed him. He could have just as easily used some random mercenary schmuck who happened to be running around New Vegas at the time of his plan's fruition. He is not needed for, the courier is not needed for the story to move. He is only needed to initiate the story. Just a second, I got... Oh wait, that's one of my spare ones. Okay, let me drink real quick. Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me drink real quick. This is a cheap and easy way to do it. Room temperature water. Delicious. Now the question is, can I get out of here? I cannot. Okay, over here. Open. Close. There's going to be some tweaking of all these structures out here. Those will probably go away in the long run, but I didn't want to scrap them in case I needed them. And I'll build up some structures up here. I don't have any glass and I don't have any rubber, so I'm out those options right now for decoration. Actually, let's put you sideways here. Let's put a tool... Where are you snapping? There. No. Bad. Snap where I tell you to, not where you want to be. I might also wind up putting OC Decorator back on. As that is actually a really good mod for building and stuff like this. Because if we look at it, what am I doing? I'm rebuilding an entire... Or I'm building this big area, and I'd love to have some general decoration. Anything in here I need? Nope. So, storage... Ugh. I always hated how they had some of these not auto-snap to certain places. Like, it makes no sense why some of this would snap to where it snaps. Like, this should be able to just snap, or what always makes sense to me that it can snap there. That's somewhere you would put something like that. I'm out of screws. Okay. I don't have a huge industry yet, so some of this is gonna eat through resources faster than I want it to. Let's go build a desk for the commander up here. But first, wood, railings. There we go. Because they would, you know, genocidal maniacs or not, they would put a wall. They would at least put fencing up here. And I imagine that they would have at least basic ability to work wood, if only for security purposes. Okay, so now we're building an office space. And how do I want to set this up? Because we're also going to need bunks. We're going to need a bunk region where people are bunked up. Because I do want this settlement to get to the maximum of 20, so I'm going to need to pack people in here. Counters. I think it's under tables. Office. Yeah, there we go. Let's just do... Yeah, we're not doing that one. We'll do the worn out one. We'll do that. Then, do I have the ability to build more of the... Yes, I can. I can build more of these. Perfect. This is one of my favorite cabinets just because of how hilariously huge it is. Because it's obnoxiously big if we're looking at it. You've got 2 huge drawers and you've got 4 smaller drawers. It goes on for an age. Okay. Oh, I thought that was going to be office chairs. Chairs. Do I have any good office chairs? Bingo. Industrial office chair. Then let's head over to CVC Dead Wasteland. No, not that. I want furniture. Wait, I have a 10. Sorry. Oh, right, I meant to put some of these things on the 10 Pines Tower. I'm sorry, but this is not a stable seat at all. Ooh, I will put one of these down over here. Again, these people are to an extent refugees. Just not in the same way most people would think. Ooh, billboards. Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Decals. These will be nice. I can add some texture to like this where I can have some rubble. Like I said, I haven't even come close to finishing looking through the initial pile of crap I have. Ooh, some of these are nice. Ooh, right there. Couple broken shelves. Because some of these, again, would make sense that, you know, just because the Enclave moved in now, I look at this and it's like, oh yeah, this is what the Raiders tore these apart to try and find stuff in them that they could scavenge or sell or otherwise use. Ooh, robot parts. What else do we got in here? Dead trash, just more decals. And just a selection of rugs. Boxes. Crates, yay! I always like having more objects to work with. Markowski? Get over here, I need to see. What? How? Never mind. Barrels, I'll probably be using a good selection of these. Clothesline. That clothesline is so low, it's useless. Actually, garage deco. Yay! I like pre-assembled decoration items. What else do we got? We got some light bulbs. Oh, a vice grip. See, I like stuff like this just because it can speed up the aesthetic or the design phase. Ooh, that was a weird, like, that's a very dangerous shelf. Because again, you look at that and it's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of just, you got some scrap metal under it. Oh, does this have... Oh yeah, this is the outhouse from, it's one of the two outhouses. This one is the one from Sunshine. I think this one is the one from Spectacle Island. That's another thing I'm going to have to figure out is just a bathroom. Because I do try and think about that to an extent. I don't always, but it can be a good thing to think about. Was it? Oh wait, it wasn't in CVC. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for decorations, better stores. Wall flags. Come on, load the flags in. They're not that. These are not 4K files. Load faster. I love how they put an Australian flag in this file for some reason. Okay. Okay, so you'll snap nicely. Than you were. Okay. Right about there. And then I'm just going to... Till it's not clipping. There we go. So like I said, they are doing their best to be subtle. Ooh, yeah, greenhouse will be a good one for this. Okay, this is a good example of why I'm constantly tweaking these. Because I always want to be able to walk comfortably between all of them. So I don't really ever want to get caught like this. There we go. As long as I can walk through, I'm okay with it. I just want to say, this is like the most disgusting looking slurry. Actually, wait a second. Scope in, thank you. I mean, look at that. You've got scum there that honestly looks like a dirt texture. Where... Ew. So where do I want to set up the barracks?
I've never lost anyone before. This failure is new to me.
Ada, it's been 4 days. Deal with it. So I think I'm going to have the commanding officer living up here. But I think I'm out of... What is it? A knot of steel? Okay, we're gonna make a quick stop over at Starlight and grab some of the resources I have backed up there. Ugh. Then I need to check. I don't think Cricket's route will take me anywhere near her for a while, because Cricket has some of the Enclave should be selling some of the Enclave equipment if she's a weapons merchant. Oh, Jesus.
Did you hear that?
Okay. Inbound. I was experimenting here the other day.
Perhaps I have a faulty sensor.
No, I'm fairly certain you're fine. Oh no, I do not know what it is this time, but I am dealing with a lot of high-level creatures. Okay. So give me just a second, we're going to try and find... Because stingwing fillets go a long ways towards your characters. Food capacity, if I can find where any of them went down. Because the stingwing fillet is really good for your character. Oh, there's another one. I got most of them. This guy's actually inside the... Alright, I did this while I was here last time. Time off stream as I built a giant propaganda board. Remember, this is going to be the Minutemen vehicular operations in the long run. You know, we're taking everything I've already scrapped here. Oh, right, I think I can actually craft... Yeah, I can craft the rounds now. So I have nothing that uses 32 auto, but... So I found out that this is just... The mod that was already here was just the framework. So now that I've installed a mod with the patch for it, now I can produce the ammunition. I mean, I won't be able to do much with some of these for a while, but... Like, the primers still aren't needed, but it's nice to at least be able to craft munitions rather than just having to find them. We're just going to take it all to Zimonja. Because I'm going to wind up putting it on the network soon anyways. Because my other headcanon is the Enclave did manage to ally fairly early on with the Minutemen. And the Minutemen General, i.e. my character, viewed them as a necessary evil. Something that they had to deal with because they had technology and equipment that can't be produced anymore. So they were the only way to get some of these materials. And if that's the case, they're the only way you can get some of this stuff. You're gonna make friends with them. And due to the Minutemen's patriotic nature, it did help the... Oh, sorry, give me a second. It did help the Enclave accept them as a potential asset at the very least, if not an outright ally. This is going to look so good once I get some of the lights on. Actually, here, I'm just going to...
Hey.
What can I do?
Trade. We're going to take all the junk. I told you I had a lot of wood back
For
stored.
you.
And that was very much on purpose. I do like how secure this is feeling. Like, you've got one direct entrance. And there will be turrets and the like set up. I just realized I don't need this fence here anymore. I can get rid of this fence line itself. There we go. I want to see if I can get some lighting up in here. This is getting a little... That way I can work through the darkness. So for that, we're going to take advantage of... Yeah, it looks like glass is still... I realize it's a little cheesy to be using these since they don't require power. Is that even making it? It is not. Okay, so that's out. So they're going to be decorative up here at best. Ooh, well, we are going to put... We're going to put this guy right there. You go. Here. Nope, not that. Nope, not that. That. Yeah, I like that. Just a single light lighting the entrance. Let's put a couple like this. I may have to set up some ambient lighting sources in here. And then... one in the middle, and then... Not one floating. Actually, no, I like that. You'll have one that's not there because there's a hole in the wall due to damage. Let's go back over to decorations. Oh, shouldn't have stopped on the flags. The flags are a... there we go. I've got a mod that adds in just... I think it adds in every single national flag in the world. It's... I don't know why I have it, if I'm being entirely honest, but I like having it. Faction signs. Ooh, actually, do we have... Railroad signs? Nope, just railroad signs. Sandwich boards. See, this is one of the cool things from the better one is you can get this in a few different forms, but it doesn't have the neon, and the neon is such a nice little touch. Wooden signs. Yeah, let's just put a... Gunners beware. Metal signs. I've got so many options. Also, I'm 90% sure this is fabric, but sure. We'll call it a metal sign. Ah, yes, the barber pole. Sorry, I'm just experimenting because I know I have some billboards around. I can get a guard dog, which is kind of cool, but I need Wasteland Whisperer. Give me just a second. Ugh. You ever look at something you stick in your ear regularly and go, I need to clean this and my ear more regularly? Because I'm having that experience right now. God. How is there... give me a second. I'm sure some of that's a few months old. I'm sure that's healthy. Resources. Nope, already looked in there. Entertainment. So these custom things... the reason they just have a big number on them is the mod author provided these so that you could insert your own items in it. So if I created a custom flag for my Minutemen Enclave combo faction, I could then put it in to a file that's pre-created for this, and then put it back into the source file, and it'll show up in game through this flag. This way you don't necessarily have to replace a pre-existing flag. It gives you some infrastructure for it. So it doesn't look like what I want is there. So graffiti, wall signs, businesses, generic shops. Because what I'm hoping for is I want like a big, target range, community pool. Cyber. Oh, you know, I read this one earlier and I didn't get the reference, and I feel like an idiot. Cloud9 massage. Yeah. So this is. I think we might have any tech. That's another one I feel like I should know the reference to, and I'm not catching it for some reason. Now, where was that giant billboard? Any tech. I concerningly recognize the name, but just it is going right past me. Dante's Inferno, Day Tripper, Cat's Paw, Roughneck's Rest. Actually, I kind of like that. Other Atom Cats. Again, I'm liking like just really subtle symbols. If you don't know who the Enclave is, this would mean nothing to you. Oh, and they've got a nice big wall seal. Actually, can I... Nope. Okay, we're gonna skip that. That's fine. I was hoping I could, like, wedge that on real quick. Actually, even better. And that could be, like, an Enclave call sign, because it's surrounded in the same star pattern. If you look, it's the same pattern, just with a different symbol and a different color. So the idea can be that this is like a call sign of the Enclave. Is that they use this star surrounded by 13 other stars, and I'm guessing it's 13, as kind of a signal to allies of, hey, we're allied. Nuka-Cola tin sign. That'll work. Nuka Pops. Huh. Interesting. Hospital, pharmacy, waiting room, billing records. Actually. Dentists. Ocular care, walk-in clinic. I always find some of these interesting. Ugh, give me a second. Dagon, Ordinate. Oh, I suppose that would make sense, since there's a lot of crafting going on. Ooh. This will be a good one to put near the doors. This is one of those that's like, yep, that makes sense. Buried pipeline. Oh, I kind of like that as a post-war sign. What else do we got? Main breaker. Then we've got protected by the Brotherhood of Steel, Institute, Minutemen, Railroad, Biohazard Chemicals. Oh, we got... ghouls definitely wouldn't be welcome here. Rest. Wait. That isn't a restroom sign. Storage facility. I think right here will be good. Let me just get into position and then we'll just... There we go. I realize it's one of those, well, no duh. Wait, what does that one say? Prisoners? Prisoners beyond this line will be shot. Oh, that's a nice one to have. Kitchen, junk guns, electrical clothing. Ooh, I could put an electrical vault in this back corner. Oh, right, I still have a hole to patch here. Lodging signs. Okay, get over here so I can read you. Bates Pine, Elysium Fields. Oh yeah, because that's... Okay, I was about to make a sarcastic remark. Never mind, I will be using that somewhere. Zimonja. Do we have anything... Sorry, I'm just seeing if there's any... it's not good. Misk. I like how the last one on there's just Cthulhu. Notice board. That can get put up. That's snap to it. Okay, so we'll get rid of that because I can't. I'm going to have to fight it otherwise, and that's not something I'm willing to do. And you know what? Just for the comedic aspect. Sorry, we're closed. Dressers. Oh, that's getting put up. That's getting put up. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. If that doesn't work, we'll try grenades. We're going to bury that in the ground ever so slightly. Yep, right. Nope. Right there. See, it's signs like that that you're just not going to... that they need to put in the base game. Brain dead bigots. Well, that would actually be kind of cool. So you start out with this. Then you have this. Graffiti from Good Neighbor. And then a few weeks later, say the railroad's been by for a while. Bada boom. I do think this is pink because it's missing the right texture, but... Workshop of the Telescopes. Huh. Minutemen, other. Always fight, Liberty Bonds. These are very close to what I could be using in here. Make love, not war. Nah, make more war in this universe. Minutemen. See, I wish that this was the default Minutemen thing. Memory serves, actually. Let me go to decorations. Remember how I mentioned I have an ungodly number of flags in here? You're about to see it. So, we got the nice normal ones, and then just... I also have, what is it? Old World Radio Boston. So, it's just... a never-ending stream. Oh, no! I thought I had a different one. I thought I had one based off of this flag. You know what? I kind of like the idea of having... like, this was an old flag that they found. This isn't one of their normal ones. But it's... this flag is my Minutemen flag. So the Commonwealth, free territories. So all of my Minutemen flags are that skin. I still need to figure out lighting in here, so let's go over to rig. Actually, what do we got for generators that I can build? Can't build that one yet, so let's take a look at CVC Dead Wasteland. Resources... power. Well, I can use these in a few spots as power points. Because, like... give me a moment. Yeah, this is... no, this is the one I want. And then... there should be one that's completely closed, yeah. And here... solar array, which I need solar powered for. Wind power. Okay, the one thing I wish with these is that they were taller. Because they're so low, I don't think they'd be practical. Or at the very least, their bases should be smaller so that you can, like, slip them into... not that engine, not a fan of that one. Battery carts. Yeah, that looks safe. This connector, there's the output connector. That requires some science. This requires a nuclear physicist. Oh, those are the big industrial ones. I don't like using those, but I think I'll use this one. Because this... set it in here. Make sure I get it all the way in. Yep, and then we're gonna go patch that hole real quick. Because you wouldn't want that exposed, so we're gonna just... there we go. So from the inside, it still looks like a warehouse wall. From the outside, there's a steel wall blocking it. Because again, you wouldn't want that exposed. It's just not safe. It's not wise. It's not smart. And a dozen other words that mean that. So now we can... now we should be able to play around with the lights. Nope, doesn't have power. Okay, to Zabrino's workshop. Oh, actually, let's just attach. Actually, I want to check something real quick. Oh, perfect. That one doesn't need to be... Oops. Turn that back on. It is dark in here, so we will place that here, and then let me just grab... Oh, no, over. Let me just grab a cabinet lid. There we go. So that'll provide power to those, and then I'm also going to be using I kind of wish that some of these were burnt out, so they weren't as strong as they are. See, I'm also going for some thematic lighting, so some of the lighting effects I'm trying to go for are purposefully muted. They are meant to be less potent than normal lights. Well, I'm definitely putting something there. Light bulb there. Put a bulb there. So if I go up half... Sorry, I'm having ideas. My thought process is anything but linear. Sometimes it doesn't even resemble a shape. It just looks like someone dropped spaghetti. Stairs... I'm still keeping this here. Because I'm testing something right now, because I need to know where the there you go. So I want to make sure I can actually walk under this stuff. Can I? I cannot. Okay. So yeah, that half height one is the only one that's going to work. Because it was a check, because I couldn't remember if that would clear me through or not. Now, let's toss in some more. Toss in some clean ones, and you, and you. Jump back down. Let's grab some more fencing. Because I like the effect that fencing has in this. No, not the corner, not the corner. Not that, not that, not that one, not that one, not that one. Definitely not that one. Okay, give me a second. We're getting some altitude on this. So I can better see what I'm doing here. Not gonna fight it for snapping. Voila. And now the generator is blocked off. So I gotta keep building up some decorations and clutter. But we've got this nice little... Oh yeah, that's... If memory serves, isn't that the world border? I feel like if memory serves, this is the world border. It's another reason as to why Outpost Zimonja is such a stupid place to build. Yeah, literally. Here's the world border. This is the edge of Fallout 4. I mean, even here there's some edging. It just feels like this is probably my biggest complaint about Fallout, is this cop-out right here. These fence lines. And also just for Outpost Zimonja as well, because it's like, it goes nowhere as a result. Give me just a second, I want to see how we're doing on that. We're at 6 out of 8, right? Ten pine, 6 people, 9 food, 8 water, power, defense, sleep. Yes. 5, 5. Ew, we're gonna need more food there soon. Beds 5. Oh no, red rocket. There we go. 8, 10, 20, 20, 24. Ooh, I need to turn red rockets off real quick. So, give me just a second. We're gonna hop over to red rocket truck, stop and turn. It's radio beacon off, otherwise we're gonna have more people than beds, and at the moment I don't want to do more work than I have to at Red Rocket, so we're just gonna shut that off real quick. Well, I think of some other things I can do for building up the Enclave aesthetically in Zimonja. My load times are only getting worse. I do apologize if you can hear a thrumming noise. It's a neighbor. Last couple weeks, they've decided they want to be as obnoxiously loud as they can be. I don't know why, and it bothers me. Oh no, wait, that one might not be the neighbors. Okay, apparently the left ear system isn't working properly. Okay. I got right in my face. Thanks, dear.
I'm starting to think we're finally safe from those damn raiders.
Are you people still on that? Yeah, that's how you get up here. I don't trust it to turn itself off. There we go. I've had it where I flip the switch and it'll continue to work even after the switch is thrown, so I don't like to leave it on. Back to Zimonja. My intention is for Red Rocket City to have 20 people in it, but for the moment, it's not fully decorated, so it'll be a little bit before I can do that. Oh, right, I don't have any water. I'll have to drink some from the pump. Well, that is the neighbors. Okay. Stop making noises. I think I'm gonna put a... Not armor. Sorry. Trying to see what I'm missing here. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. An armor crafting station. What mod is that one from? Figure it out later. Oh, a compact one. Give me a second, I've got to check an earbud here. Okay. Give me just a second. If something weird's happening, I'm just resetting my earbuds because okay, we're good again. Let me just get my playback live again. There we go. Sorry, right earbud started to crackle and pop, so I wanted to make sure that it was synced on my end. Okay, so as we were. Very nice. There we go.
It's always fascinating watching you create.
Perfect. I like that. So you're kind of looking down on your crafting materials, but you're still tight enough on it. Let's see. Let's do some... I just had the thought of putting that in there. Decorations, warehouse. I think this isn't what I want. No, it's not. Crates, wood. See, I don't know why. It's a weird... There we go. Now it's snapping where it should. I was gonna say, it's kind of a weird place anywhere thing where stuff doesn't always go where it wants to be, or where it should be. It'll like try and clip through the floor. Let's get a cup. Oh, I have. And once again, I am nearly out of glass. Oops, I forgot there's a railing there. So this will actually go here. I don't have a power source for it yet. There we go. Oh, right, and then I need to grab this and this. There we go. there. That'll block that way. Can you get out through this hole? Yes, yes, you can. I had a feeling. Yeah, I just gotta figure out the ceiling light setup. Which is going to be a bit of a pain just because, again, I want it to be able to actually reach far enough. So I might get the, I think it's like better indoor lights or something like that. But it should make this where it's an actual light instead of being a set piece like it normally is. Let's see, you can't get in that way. I'm just kind of exploring what I've got going for me now. Got a metal barrel. This can be used as decoration. Snap into place right there. This fence piece. We're gonna just build a fenced off area in the back. And that would be the sound of someone being an idiot. As for that comment, that was because the train just went by and laid on its horn, which probably means someone was blocking the tracks or otherwise showing themselves to be the lowest of the gene pool. Come on, snap on. There we go. And then we need just the rod. There we go. There's just like a fenced off back area that has no explanation as to its role. Now, here it is. I knew one of those had a hole in it. Yeah, so this will explain why this isn't barricaded, it's just because there's a chain link fence back here. Then let's build up some extra. Let's replace some of the defensive-esque structures. Let's do like a shack bridge, and then what was it? It was a sheet metal wall. Oh wow, that was almost exactly what I wanted. First try on that. And then back in. And voila. Rebuilt. Just like that. Now I'm going to do... Cool. Give me a second here. It was gonna wind up there anyways. So now we just do, not surface snap, I want snapping off. Just very, very carefully trying to move this into somewhere where it'll fit. Because I kind of wedged this on weird. And then, do I have enough for a turret? Just enough. What's blocking me? Steel. Steel's almost out. There we go. Like I said, might as well partially rebuild some of the defenses. So, again, just because they don't want to be found, so they're keeping their profile rather low, doesn't mean they're not going to build something. Again, my theory on this is they just took it and moved it when they got here, so that the APCs could roll in. And yes, I'm being very indecisive about the second APC. So I'm now out of turret supply. I'm out of steel. Yeah, I need some... If I can build up a few more little bits and bobs, like a couple more of these for here. Got a nice little generator here. We gotta get the lights fixed. And then an outer building set up out here. Actually, do I have any... Does that Enclave mod have anything that produces food? An Enclave ration. Meal ready to eat. Oh, this is their recruitment beacon. Oh yeah, I'll definitely do that instead. And then once it's filled, I'll just replace it. I wish that this produced food, because that would be an awesome little aspect. Because again, I now have unlimited food. Because I can just keep popping down an MRE. But I wanted to see if... anything... Ah, yes, I do have some decorations here that I can build. Surface snapping off. Sorry about your penis, bro, but you can not take that out on the rest of us. That would be great. Sorry, someone just drove by with their engine howling because they think they're a badass because of it. Actually, I might put this... I might put one of these up here in this back room. And just say that they bring it in and out by the flatbed. Oh, no, wait, that might have been a motorcycle. So let's see if we can't get some lighting up. I've only got 2 beds and I've got no food, so... Or, well, I've got like 1 person's worth of food. So we won't be setting up for that yet, just because that's gonna go wrong. Or, not wrong, but I won't have enough supplies for these people yet when they come in. Speaking of which, I might actually be able to produce a little bit of... I'm just checking to see if I have anything. Yes, I have some mud fruit in my inventory. So we'll actually place this down. And then we're going to move this out of the way real quick. 'Cause I've got two potatoes. And we'll say that these were... that the raiders or whoever previously controlled this place did have some crops down. The Enclave members just kept using them because you can only eat so many MREs before you're losing your goddamn mind over it. Used to work with a guy who was... What was he? He was like National Guard or something like that. But we had a lot of conversations about MREs during our lunch breaks, and it was a running gag. 'Cause it's like, some part of me wants to taste them just so that I would know how bad they are for like storytelling purposes, because, you know, you can be told they taste like ass as many times as you want, but it means nothing unless you've actually tasted them and understand what kind of they taste like. Come over here. And I think we're going to do another one of those same walls if I can afford it. I cannot, but I can afford the wood version of it, so... Nope. Nope. I remember that... Actually, I do kind of like that where... Again, they're jury-rigged. They're not meant to be permanent. And this will just overlook the overpass so that there's a gun facing that way. So I need a sign up there, I think. Some interior lights, and then... I need a barracks space, so some extra beds lying around, which I'll probably use some of my bunk bed mods. So lighting... I think I'll build up this stuff a little bit more, like this. Fortify this up. Build up some extra structures up here. And some proper beds so that it looks like this place has been... Like, they have been fortified, like... This is how Zimonja is. What is this? It is... You take a nap, and anyone who happens to be rummaging around up there is going to be able to put a round into you without too much difficulty. Oh, right, I wanted to get rid of this, didn't I? Yeah, we'll leave it there for the moment. But speaking of leaving it there, this is kind of all I had planned for today, and since I'm running low on resources and don't want to do a resource grab since that's a little dull and everything's a long ways out, I think I'm going to end the stream here today. So it is going to be a much shorter one than the last couple streams. But before we go, look, you can see Kingsport Lighthouse from here. This is one of those weird attentions to detail. They added in the flicker, but they didn't... It's one of those, why did you add detail here but not elsewhere? But we will... I think we're going to call it here. So no intermission today. I'm also not feeling the greatest. My neck's starting to hurt and the like. But thank you for coming today and joining me on my little escapade of constructing an Enclave version of Outpost Zimonja. And if everything goes according to plan, I'll see you all tomorrow.